you create something, to minimize the bullying stuff on internet is okay. But if you can do something now, what would it be?
Like the objective says to crumble a piece of paper, then try to straighten it, and then say sorry to it. But the thing is, after we say sorry, the wrinkles on the paper will still be there, and they will never be removed.
Hello to all the students, parents, and everyone is tuning in today. Welcome to the iSMART Ambassador Talk and Share, the place where we don't look for the cookie cutter answers. And this is the space for our ambassador to sit down and share their perspective on social issues in English. Through their unique and colorful story, they prove that just by being heard, every individual can bring their wonderful story to the table and spread inspiration that drive into real action for everyone. And today, I bring to you a talent, a gifted student, but just a 7th grader from Juvenile Secondary School. Everyone, please give it up for Nguyễn Cát Tường Vân.
Hello everyone.
Tường Vân, how are you feeling today?
I'm pretty nervous.
Okay, don't be nervous, just be yourself. And just see me as your friend. And today's talk show is just like a chit chat between friends, alright? So before Tường Vân make a short introduction of herself, I want to show it off a little bit about her background. So in the iSMART Ambassador 2026 playground, Tường Vân has completely won over the judging panel, not only with her excellent English skill, but also with her sharp critical thinking. And in the iSMART Ambassador 2026 playground, Tường Vân dare to call out her struggle with digital world. The story of 15 minutes scrolling unintentionally turning into 1 hour of distraction. And because of the maturity, honesty, and deep understanding about the DW, those things were the reason that brought Tường Vân to the ambassador seat today. And Tường Vân, thank you so much for coming here. And now, Tường Vân, let everyone know a little bit about you.
Hello, my name is Nguyễn Cát Tường Vân. I'm a 7th grader in Juvenile Secondary School, and I earned the title of iSMART Ambassador.
Wow, that's so impressive. And before we start the main topic, do you want to play a mini game with me?
Yes, please.
All right, so this game called 30-second cyberspace filter, and the rules is very easy. So I will quickly read 3 very common situations, and your task is not to overthink it, but immediately, like make a react to it, just heart or block. All right? So question number 1. You post a picture with your pet on your personal page, and a stranger comments, "Such a cute cat, I want to raise one." Heart or block?
Heart.
All right. Question number 2. You achieve a high grade and share your happiness online, and someone immediately comments, "Oh, anyone could do that. It's so easy. Stop showing off." Heart or block?
Block.
Block. All right. The last question. A classmate is caught in a funny moment. A group of friends turn that into a meme and send it to the group chat of the class, and everyone drop a mocking, like an icon, haha, on it. Heart or block?
Block.
Block. Okay. If I was you, I would choose, the same thing, like you. And Vân, in the virtual world, a block or a report button can have us make ugly content disappear. But in the real world, can the emotional wound, of the victim be simply erased with a click like that?
No, definitely not.
And that is exactly the topic we're gonna share together today. Online bullies can hide, but the pain of the people who got bullied never virtual. Now let's begin. In your presentation, you mentioned that 15 minutes of scrolling, could turn into a full of distraction, 1 hour of doing nothing. And afterward, you feel tired. So during the time online, what do you usually come across? And is it mostly funny stuff or annoying things?
Well, I would say I normally run into entertaining contents like trends, memes, viral videos, etc., etc. For example, I have been seeing a lot of prank videos on my feeds lately, but they're mostly harmless and they're super funny, so I love them. However, I do sometimes see upsetting content like posts expressing outrage, world events, clickbait headlines, and more. However, the thing that is probably the most disturbing is cyberbullying, and I think we should all put a stop to that.
Okay. Wow. No wonder why you won. And become the ambassador. And second question: when talking about those annoying things online, do you think cyberbullying is as serious as real life bullying, or do you find one more terrifying, than another one?
Well, I think cyberbullying is just as serious as real life bullying, because while physical bullying is immediate, cyberbullying can feel much more relentless, inescapable, and damaging to a person's mental well-being. Because both forms of harassment have been linked to severe psychological distress, including heightened rates of depression and anxiety, the distinction is not about which is worse, but rather how they uniquely impact the victim.
So have you ever experienced someone got cyberbullied, in your class?
Not really, not in my class, but I have seen someone.
Okay. So later you must tell me more about that, all right? And now can you try to list the form of cyberbullying? For example, like harassing message, creating group to gossip about someone, character assassination. That's what I can point out. But what do you think about that? Any other forms?
Well, I think there's cyber stalking, outing, doxing, frapping, catfishing, and more. However, all of these things all have one thing in common, is that they have a permanent impact on the victim, which is basically like a scar that will never be removed.
Okay, now I will put you in a situation. All right. This is a very practical question. So, for example, if you got teased in the schoolyard, and you go home, but if you get teased online, the post stay there, forever. And when you go into bed, how do you think that feel?
Well, I think they may feel completely alone, believing that the entire world is watching and judging them through the screen. Besides, they cannot control what people post on social media, creating a sense of total powerlessness. Walking into school the next day can also be terrifying because they don't know who has seen the post or what they're thinking. These create a painful paradox, their body is physically safe in their bedroom, but their mind is under active attack.
Okay, so you mean if you got teased at school, okay, maybe the pain will be there at the schoolyard. When you go back home, you talk to your parent or your brother, you share it to them, and the pain, will get away. Of your mind. But if the post is still stay online, you're stuck there forever because people keep seeing it, and if they keep seeing it, they keep mocking you, right? All right. So, in your opinion, why is it easier for people to criticize, judge, or isolate someone, online compared to real life? Is it because they don't have to show their face, so they aren't afraid of being looked at?
Yes, I do think so. Psychologists refer to this phenomenon as the online disinhibition effect. The barrier of the screen removes the natural social breaks that normally keep people empathetic and polite. Therefore, removing the face-to-face element strips away the immediate reality check that our words affect real lives. This combination of invisibility and impunity makes cyberspace an environment where cruel impulses can thrive unchecked.
And so now imagine if you in a group chat, okay? You in a group chat, everyone is spamming, laughing emojis, at a humiliating photo of a classmate. Do the people who just leave it on read without saying anything, do you think they are hurting that friend even more?
Yes, that silence absolutely contributes to hurting the victim even more. Like in a group chat, those people who just leave a message unread act as passive bystanders. And many psychological researchers have shown that passive bystanders hold immense power. By choosing to stay silent, they effectively communicate to both the aggressor and the victim that the humiliating behavior is acceptable. And their lack of action also validates the bullies, isolates the victim, and creates an environment where the behavior is normalized.
If social media added a warning feature right before someone hits send, this command might make that person cry, like totally sad. Do you think that could make the sender pause and rethink?
Oh, the pop-up warning would probably make people pause and rethink their words. The warning forces the user to confront the real human emotional consequence of their digital action. Besides, users often minimize their harm by thinking it's just a joke. But this explicit warning removes that lame excuse, and so making it impossible to pretend like the comment is harmless. However, for people who are constantly trying to cause harm or trolls, this warning can be counterproductive.
And so now, if you were allowed to add one feature to social media, one feature only, to have minimized cyberbullying, what could it be?
If so, I think I would add a feature that prevents negativity. That I think I would call it the Great Barrier.
The Great Barrier, okay.
And how this works is really simple. Like whenever something is about to be posted, AI will check it first. If the content is inappropriate and can hurt somebody, it's going to get a warning and be taken down. Too many warnings might get the account permanently banned or temporarily banned, depending on how bad it gets. And the chances of any misunderstanding are pretty low because there'll always be a person to double check the content. And I think this, the Great Barrier is not only for posts, but for everything going on social media, so that it can help build a safe and positive community on social media.
Wow, Tường Vân, believe me in this point. I would love to be the first one to use the service one is published to people. You know that? All right. And some people say online bullies can hide, but the pain of the people who got bullied, will remain. What do you think is the smallest action a student like you can take right now to have the friends around? You understand that? I mean, the thing we just talked about, you create something, to minimize the bullying stuff on internet is okay. But if you can do something now, what could it be?
Well, there's this one thing that is pretty popular on the internet to teach us about the impact of cyberbullying. Like the objective says to crumble a piece of paper, then try to straighten it, and then say sorry to it. But the thing is, after we say sorry, the wrinkles on the paper will still be there, and they will never be removed. And what about us? We can't just scroll it away and forget about it in 5 minutes. And this is exactly how cyberbullying works. like the bullied ones are left with a permanent scar, and the bullies can just hide and get on with their lives. Therefore, I think we should all like put a stop to this, and this is an easy way for us as students to show this to our friends so that they can understand better about cyberbullying.
So you mean you're gonna talk to everyone you know about how to avoid cyberbullying? All right, okay, I like that way, too. Okay, and here the final question, the one I've been waiting for so long to ask you. If you could send one and only message in English to those who are witnessing cyberbullying right now, those who are reading, seeing but doing nothing, what would you like them to do?
I would say don't let silence like control how the bullying story goes. Like help the victims. Like help the victim report the abuse and never engage, because one singular action of yours can change how that story ends.
Wow. At first I just heard about you through someone from the iSMART ambassador, but now I thoroughly understand why you hold the title of that playground. And Tường Vân, thank you so much for coming here today and sharing everything with your honesty. And I think the story you just told about seemingly harmless comment about bystander who say nothing is something for us, the mature and the young student like you, have to remind each other of every time we pick up our phone, because online bullies can hide, but the pain of the bully is never virtual, and that is the true spirit of the iSMART ambassador talk and share. If you found this episode meaningful, please share it to the people who need to hear it. And don't forget to follow the iSMART Ambassador Talk and Share so you do not miss our next guest, the ambassador who continue to surprise you. And Tường Vân,
Goodbye.
Goodbye everyone.